All right, y'all. Short lesson. First and foremost, give all praise and honor to the Most High God of Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob, and his son, Hamashiach, Yahushua, Yeshua, Yehoshua, who we mostly know as Jesus Christ. Okay, we want to do a short lesson here. You know, I was gonna give you another lesson with the Shunammite woman. We may do that on the next one. I know we've been chewing on that candy, that straightway candy, but we gotta get with some medicine too. We gotta take the medicine too. You can't just eat the lamb. You gotta eat the bitter herbs too. And so I was gonna deal with the Shunammite woman, and dealing with the Shunammite woman though, there's a great lesson before that. And so the Spirit wouldn't let me go past this lesson here without giving it to you. We're gonna start at verse 1. We're only gonna read seven verses here. Bear with us. Bear with us. Now therefore cried a certain woman. We're in 2 Kings chapter 4 and verse 1. It says, now there cried a certain woman of the wives of the sons of the prophets unto Elisha. Now there were the sons of the prophets. Okay, he had a school of the prophets. There was a certain wife of the sons of the prophet that came to Elisha seeking help. Thy servant, my husband, is dead, and thou knowest that thy servant did fear the Lord, and the creditor is come to take unto him my two sons to be bondmen. All right, the creditors have come. You know, her husband has died. The creditors are now on her neck, and they want, for payment, they want to take her two sons into bondage, into slavery, in order to pay the debt. She's asking the man of God for help in this situation. All right, now watch what the man of God does. Verse 2, and Elisha said unto her, what shall I do for thee? Tell me, what hast thou in thy house? Write that down. What hast thou in thine house? A lot of times we looking outside of ourselves, looking outside of the house, when what we need is already given to us. What we need to start that business is already, you have the tools. He's giving you the idea. He's giving you the drive. You just got to do it. It's in front of you. It's in your house. It's another lesson with that. I'm going to just sway off a little bit. Just bear with me. All right. Moses, when he threw the staff on the ground and it turned to a snake, and Moses ran away from the staff. I think that's Exodus 4. Moses ran away from the staff when the staff was exactly what he needed to split the Red Sea and to do the certain miracles and great wonders he did in the, you know, not just in the wilderness, but in Pharaoh's house and so forth. That tool was, you know, that staff was a vital tool, but initially, you know, he threw the staff down. He threw the staff down and he ran from the staff once it turned into that. But the Lord had asked him, what do you have? He said, I got a staff, and that was enough. The staff was enough. He tells her to look inside of a house. Whatever's in there is enough. And she said, thine handmaid have not anything in the house except a pot of oil. That's enough. That's enough. You got a pot of oil. That's enough for the Lord. Then he said, go borrow thee vessels abroad of all thy neighbors, even empty vessels, bar not a few. Then, Shalakia, and when thou art come in, thou shalt shut the door upon thee and upon thy sons, and shalt pour out into all those vessels, and thou shalt set aside that which is full. So she went from him and shut the door upon her and upon her sons. That's another point. Shut the door. You ain't got to be telling everybody. You ain't got to be, you know, a lot of times, you know, you can hinder your blessing telling these jokers before the blessing come, or telling somebody the plan before it comes. Say, shut the door. You and your son, once y'all start pouring that oil, shut the door. But a lot of times we want to post, we get some good sales coming in our business, and we want to post it up and show everybody, oh, I got this many sales, and I got that many sales. And you don't know, man, these folks could be praying for your downfall, man. These folks could be sacrificing to these other deities, trying to pray against that darn, your success. They don't really want to see it. To be honest, they just hitting that like button, just it. But they flesh really don't want to see you come out of this situation that they seen you in. They liked you when you were broke. You were better when you were broke and undisciplined. Where we at? Verse 4 again. And when thou art come in, thou shalt shut the door upon thee and upon thy sons, and shall pour out into all those vessels, and thou shalt set aside that which is full. So she went she went from him and shut the door upon her and upon her sons, who brought the vessels to her, and she poured out. And it came to pass, when the vessels were full, that she said unto her son, bring me yet a vessel. And he said unto her, there is not a vessel more. And the oil stayed. Then she came and told the man of God, and he said, go sell the oil and pay thy debt, and live thou and thy children of the rest. All right. And y'all live off the rest. Go pay your debt, and you and your children went off to the rest. Now, what I'm saying, this man of God didn't tell that woman she had that debt on her and the creditors were coming. He didn't say, give me the land. He didn't say, give it to me. I'm going to take it, and then I'm going to make you going to go, and I'm going to give you to this other man over here, and he'll take care of your kids, and then we going to do something else with this land, and I'm going to pay it off. And no. He gave that widow and her kids something that will sustain them and make sure to keep those creditors off, so they don't lose that inheritance that's supposed to go down to who? Her sons. That's supposed to go down to her sons. So we see how these things, we can glean from these things a couple of things. Shut the door. Everybody ain't got to know what you got going on. Everybody, we so boastful. We want to, that's what, I just want to show. Everybody ain't got to know what you got going on. Shut the door. Pour out. You could take that too. The pouring out is crying out to the Lord. Being 100 in what you're going through and the problems that you're dealing with. You ain't got to be strong with him. You can pour out, because when you're weak, he's strong. That's when his strength shows, when you're at your weakest, when you're at your lowest. So it was one other point that we had. Shut the door, pour out. What else I said? I think that's it. That might be it. Notice her servant did fear the Lord. And two, man, the husband had a great report. The husband had a great report. Now, right after this, we go into the Shulamite woman, but I had to do a short lesson on that, and I'm gonna go to bed. And then, y'all willing, y'all willing, we'll pick up tomorrow, and we'll talk about this Shulamite woman here. And if you want to go ahead, just go ahead and continue to read, and it goes into the Shulamite woman, and then you jump over to chapter 8, and it mentions her again. But again, I pray this thing was edifying. Got to deal with the text. I know we like the gossipy stuff, but we gotta delve into this word, so we can't, no matter if I only get 10 views on here, my spirit won't let me just do those kind of videos. I gotta, that's not the kind of vessel that I've been made into. So, I'll give you a little candy, but I got to give you some of them bitter herbs also. Man, I pray this thing was edifying. Y'all be blessed. Israel, shalom.